Hello everybody. Before I get any comments about it, yes, I'm aware it's rather blue in here. It's for effect, okay? We're going for kind of a sleepover ambiance here, so this is kind of like CRT that's not playing anything and the screen's just kind of blue, like peering back at you when you wake up at 2 a.m. at your friend's house, and you realize in that moment that you really wish you would have stayed home, but whatever, you're here now. Just me. Also, I have not gotten around to upgrading my lights yet, so this is just kind of what we have to work with, so work with me, okay? I watched a YouTube video a couple months ago by the wonderfully talented Robin Jaspers. It was called Rare Advice Every Trans Girl Needs to Hear, and it was indeed rare advice, and I did need to hear it, so thank you, Robin. I have tried super hard over the last month to forget what was in that video so I don't accidentally like repeat it now, but if I do end up accidentally repeating that video, then it's because it's good advice, okay? So just, what is it, imitation is the most sincere form of I don't know. So I'm gonna try to do my own version of that concept and share some advice that I needed to hear once upon a time. I know I already made a video about questioning, but that video was more me complaining and less me helping, so this one's gonna be me more trying to maybe help a little bit. Maybe. I'll be trying, I can't promise that it will actually help, but this is trying. I wrote notes. I'm trying so hard that I have notes. Look at me, I'm so studious. I should go back and finish my associates. No, I shouldn't. No one ever should. No one should go to college. With my advice, I'm talking from a position of relative privilege, so if it's not necessarily applicable to you, I'm sorry, but like I can only talk about what I know, you know? If your experience is different, or if you have any advice that you think other people might find useful that you want to add, please put it in the comments. Everyone check the comments, see if there's anything there you can use, because yeah, I am not the only source of wisdom in the world. In fact, I'm a source of very little wisdom in this world. Transition is exhausting. It is so normal to be tired all the time if you are going through a transitional period in life. Even if you're not on HRT, if you're just doing like the process of questioning, that is a lot of brain energy. That's a lot of neurons firing, doing a lot of stuff, okay? Eventually you're gonna run out of steam. And sometimes when you get tired, you get a little bit vulnerable. Maybe the doubts start to creep in, you start to question your ability to keep up or how much you actually want it. Don't let any of that get to you, you are just tired. So like, go rest and like, come back and figure it out later. You just need to rebuild like your mental stamina, and then you can just keep going again when you feel good. It's not a linear process. You're gonna have bad days. That's totally fine. So just learn to embrace that. I know that's super easy for me to say, but I promise you, every time I've had like a, oh my God, am I really trans moment? It's just been because I was too tired of like doing trans stuff and my brain was just burned out. Because you can get burned out on things that you can't escape from. I feel like if you can get burned out on it, you should just be able to like not think about it. Of course, then nobody would ever work, and what would we have then? Communism? Oh no. Somebody help. The next thing is, do not follow anyone's advice, ever. Just kidding, follow my advice. Just kidding, don't follow my advice. For real though, everyone's advice is based on the lessons that they have personally learned in life, so it might not apply to you. And in particular, if you're listening to like cis friends give you advice on things like fashion, makeup, whatever, sometimes they will give you unsolicited advice, and they'll think, oh, I'm being such a good ally, I'm helping them pass, I'm helping them whatever. Don't listen, it's a trap. They are trying to turn you into them. Whenever most people try to help me with like makeup or clothes or whatever, they're giving me suggestions that are very loaded and very based in their own personal style and preferences. So what I'm saying is, if your cis friend does your makeup and it looks terrible and you want to cry, it's probably because your cis friend sucks at makeup, not because you are an irredeemable vessel, okay? Your vessel is very redeemable. Why, thank you. I'm so glad the damage to my meat chassis is correctable. Rectify me, daddy. Let's do a lightning round. Can I get a visual for that? And then maybe a sound effect or something? Yeah, oh, that's good. Oh, I like that. Let's do a lightning round of things that you do not need. In particular, things you do not need in order to be trans. You do not need dysphoria. You do not need to pass. You do not need to come out. Those are things that you do not need to be a valid person. You are valid, like, now. I personally got in my head a lot even when I was like a couple months into HRT, and I just kept thinking about how I didn't feel valid, how I wasn't trans enough, you know, like I don't deserve to pick a name, I don't deserve to come out at work. But that is all so very not true. The person that you are working on is very cool and very epic and very deserving of things like a name and respect. But the thing is, that particular kind of respect is not earned. It's something you should just give to people, including yourself. You are, believe it or not, this is a hot take. Are you ready for a hot take? You are people. You deserve better than to feel bad because you aren't meeting someone else's criteria of what they expect you to be. I'm pretty sure Robin Jaspers covered this in her video, but I just wanted to say it too because it's so important. It's like the most important thing. Like, you don't owe anyone anything. This is your whole thing that you're doing. It is your gender. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. That leads pretty nicely into the next thing, which is that you need to do something about your internalized transphobia if you ever want to be happy. I used to tell myself that I didn't deserve to come out because my voice didn't pass. But voice is like hard. Like, how many years am I supposed to wait before I can just like be myself? Because like, I don't want to sit and do vocal training for 2 years before I can exist in society. That is super not fair to me. By the way, if you are doing voice training, here's some bonus advice for you. Go watch TransVoiceLessons if you haven't yet. Z is amazing. She is like super good at what she does, and if you watch all of her videos and just kind of like think about them for a while, you will eventually start to make progress. So like, go watch her videos. They're amazing. That is the best advice in this video. If you are femme and you are trying to change your voice, TransVoiceLessons. Look no further. That is like literally all I've used so far. You know what? I don't really get the voice out. I really don't. Should I? Would you guys feel better? Would you feel a sense of camaraderie if you heard where I was at? That's so difficult. I'd have to have a good reason to do it. Do you want to hear a fun story? Because I have a fun story. And by a fun story, I mean a painful story that I don't like because it involves me being an idiot, which I know is like all the time, but like this is like extra. Like, if you had any doubts that I might be stupid, this will fully dismiss those doubts. I am definitively stupid. I went into this gas station prepared for like my first ever fully passing experience because I've been practicing my voice. I have this new credit card that has like my real actual name on it. Like, every bit of the presentation was on point. Actually, I should probably tell this story in the voice that this story is about, right? Just to give you an idea, right? Disclaimer, I'm still working on it. So I walk up to the register and I take the card out. Fuck. I can't hear myself. I wish if I could hear myself, that'd be better. So I go up to the register, I put down my Gatorade, I take out my fancy MasterCard. I got this card that has my actual name on it, so I can actually like swipe it and not get clocked and die, or whatever happens when you get clocked. I wouldn't know, it doesn't happen to me. Just kidding, it happens to me all the time. Heat from fire, Unfortunately, since God is a transphobe, my perfect biologically female credit card declined. So I had to use my old one that dead names me, which was great. Oh my fucking God, I can't do it. Heat from fire, fire from me. So I pay with the wrong card, I turn around, I drop the Gatorade on the floor, I crumple into a heap on the floor, and the lady at the counter is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine," in the most masculine voice possible, and then I scurry out of the store. So that's how that went. I wonder if they clocked me. That was visceral, wasn't it? That was painful. What was I even talking about at this point? Anyways, I am about to go put the sleep in sleepover. Patreon is in the description if you're a simp. And if you're not a simp, I admire your willpower. It must be very difficult not to simp me. How do you do it? Anyway, bye.